Okay, note to self, do not put camera on pause and walk away from it because it just goes away. So I went in search of more pillows. So I'm going to continue with skill 11.3, supporting a client's position in bed. So in the previous one I showed you how to support a client in the Fowler position. I'm now going to show you how to support a client in the dorsal recumbent position, okay? So that's on their back or supine with their legs to the side, the knees are bent and their feet are flat on the bed, okay? So they're supine. I'm going to uncover my patient for the sake of this video, okay? And their legs are going to go up and up, okay? And their feet are going to be flat on the bed, okay? So they're going to look like that, all right? Doesn't look very comfortable for the legs in the long run, does it? Okay. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have pillows underneath the legs, okay? Support those legs. Fold that pillow in half, okay? Stick it right up underneath there. See, doesn't that look more comfortable? Okay, so that's a dorsal recumbent. So you would worry about a pillow underneath their head. You're going to place pillows under the lower legs from the knees to the ankles, which we did. We're going to place a trochanter roll laterally against the femurs, or sandbags laterally against the femurs. So if we worried about their legs constantly going out, we would put those trochanter rolls on the side here to keep them in, okay? All right? You place a rolled up towel or small pillow under the lumbar curvature of their back. Remember, we want to support that back, okay? We put heel boots or high top tennis shoes on the client, or a footboard or a rolled pillow on the bed to support the feet from sliding, okay? You're going to elevate the forearms and pillows and hands on pillows if the client is unconscious or paralyzed. Okay, so we want the hands and arms up. You're going to take those pillows, fold it in half lengthwise if you have to. Support those arms. Get them up there, okay? Get them right up there. Really good for people having edema, right? We'll get that edema out of there. See? Okay? You'd use hand rolls or a wrist hand split if the client had actual potential finger or wrist flexion deformities. What happens if you didn't have a roll? Okay, what could you do? Okay, a simple thing to do is to take a washcloth, okay? You could take a washcloth and roll it into a roll, okay? So it looks like a cylinder, so it looks like this, okay? And you'd put it in their hand, like this, and you'd wrap the hand around it, okay? To keep the fingers from contracting closed, okay? That's what you could do for that. Goes right between the thumb and the fingers, and it's a roll, okay? So supporting a client in the prone position. What's prone? Prone is, for those of you that don't know, on your belly. So when you're on your belly, you're prone to somebody stabbing you in the back, okay? Prone is on your belly. So I'm going to pause this and I'm going to turn the mannequin over because it takes quite a while to do that. Now I'm not going to walk away from the camera this time, so hopefully I don't lose it. Okay, so as you can see, I have the patient in a prone position, okay? I have his back up, right? Okay, so when we put somebody in a prone position, we lay them on their belly, and the first thing that we want to do is turn their head, okay? Because as you can see, the client's head is smushed into the bed. Okay, so you either turn it to the right or the left, whichever is more comfortable for them. You wouldn't ream it like that. It's really hard with a mannequin, okay? So you would turn the head, all right? Now the next thing you're going to do is place a small pillow or roll under the abdomen in the space between the diaphragm and the iliac crest. So it's going to go between, close, between these areas right here, okay? That's for people that are small of stature. Somebody that's obese, not really so much. It would be really hard for a woman with big breasts to lay in a position like this as well. The obese patients have a hard time laying like this as well, okay? So you would use something like this to place in between the diaphragm and the iliac crest if this was of a smaller person, okay? The next thing you want to do is place a pillow under the lower legs from below the knees to just above the ankles. Now you don't want this to be a really thick pillow, okay? You really want it to be a thin pillow. I'm looking for one of my thinnest pillows here. I think this is a good one, okay? Because you really just want to put cushion in this. Oh, you can't see it. You really want to just put cushion into these the little area of the leg here. Okay, there's a little bit of, can you see this gap right here? So we want a thin pillow to do that. So you just lift up and you place the pillow, okay? And you place the pillow. Okay, you see that gap is now gone, okay? And then you would cover up your patient. So that is assisting a client in the prone position. Okay, so now I want to support a client in the lateral position. So lateral is on the side, okay? If you think about an L, when you draw an L, a big L or a small L, it's always a thin line, right? Well, the thinnest line of the body is when you're standing sideways, okay? So think of lateral, side, thin, right? Okay. So we want to assist them onto the lateral side. What's the best side to put them on? I'm going to tell you the best side is the left lateral side. Why is that? Well, because think about anatomy. You have 3 lobes on your right. You have 2 lobes on your left for your lungs, right? Correct, I should say? All right, so if we lay somebody on their right side and they are having, they're sick and they're having issues with breathing, we've then compressed 3 lobes of the lungs and left 2 lobes on the left to do all the work. Whereas if we lay them on their left side, okay, they have only 2 lobes over there. So we have 3 lobes of a lung that can really do some work, okay? So we really want to try for the left side, okay? I'm not saying you can't lay on your right side. That's not what I'm saying. But you're going to find that the left lateral side is used most often. It's called the recovery side, okay? All right, so we're going to try lateral side, okay? You're going to place the client's pillow under the client's head and neck to align with the trunk, okay? So it's really hard with a mannequin, so I'm going to shut this off and turn the mannequin onto its side. Hold on. Okay, so as you can see, I have placed the mannequin on a lateral position, okay, and that is a side lying position. I'm going to try to position this so you can see it better. Okay, I'm going to pull it back. There we go. Okay, so I've placed them on a lateral position or a side lying position. Okay, when I did that, I made sure that the pillow was underneath his head. And I'm going to make sure that this shoulder that's against the bed, that I pull that out this way, towards me, okay? So the client or the patient's not laying directly on it. You may have to put a pillow behind them against the bed rails to keep them in that position, okay? Now, what you want to do is you want to take and place the upper arm on a pillow, okay? See that? You may have to use one or two. Keep them comfortable, okay? With the mannequin, I'm going to put two, yes? And then you're going to take one or two pillows and you're going to put it in between the legs, because you don't want legs resting on legs, okay? Get them comfortable like this, all right? Yes, they're encased with pillows. I get it, okay? It's going to get warm, okay? You're gonna make sure that the two shoulders are aligned in the same plane as the hips. So if you were to look, you would look and see that if I was to draw a straight line, the hips and the shoulders I'd be able to connect the two with a straight line, okay? Optional, you can place a small towel under the natural hollow at the waist if you needed to. So for some people who actually have a waist, when you lay them on the side, they have an indent here. You might have to put a small pillow or a towel on them like this, okay? All right? And then you can put a rolled pillow alongside the client's back. I already told you that, okay? All right. So the next one is a Sims position. Sims position is I'll show you in a minute. I gotta reposition the mannequin, so I'm gonna pause, okay? Hold on.